wedding day?
Oh, nobody's, but doesn't it look like a wedding?
Looks like something you crawl under once the mosquitoes get pesky.
Oh, crawl under nylon tulle at 95 cents a yard.
95 cents a yard? No wonder they gave you the job.
Oh, you wouldn't be saying that if you'd seen Mrs. Wembley's face when they told me it was my table. She seemed to think it was her table.
Hey dear, get this. A boy 16 eloped with a girl 15. His father let him use the car.
I wouldn't think of that.
Just turned up in Kansas City.
How awful.
What's so awful about Kansas?
When they found them, all they had was $3 and some candy bars.
I know a kid, Jerry Allen. He's from Kansas.
Shows what comes of letting our kids run us.
Jerry said he liked it there.
Ought to send this to our Walter Brinkworth.
Wow, 15 and 16, just babies.
What goes on in the minds of young people?
I know. Those candy bars will ruin their teeth.
No, they probably just need a good walloping.
Oh, Jim, if there's one thing you don't understand about children, it's, well, one day they're raiding the icebox and tracking in mud, and the next,
And then,
well, we're grandparents.
Bud, go finish your homework upstairs.
What for?
You heard me. Go to your room.
Always. I'm in wrong.
What did you say?
Well, I just don't understand why you're so shocked at the idea.
Well, when I'm ready to be a grandparent, I'll say so.
Well, you won't have a thing to say about it.
And why not?
Well, because children grow up, they go their own way, you know.
They haven't grown up yet.
Well, keep in mind, you have a daughter of 18.
Betty? But she's in high school.
And she'll be out in a few months.
And on her way to college.
Well, one would hope so.
Margaret, what are you talking about? Of course she's going to college.
You just can't be perfectly sure about these things, that's all.
Betty hasn't been acting funny, has she?
Funny, in what way?
About boys?
Oh, boys? Well, she likes boys.
She does? Anyone in particular?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, dear, I don't pry into her life.
Margaret, young people have to be watched.
You can't follow them around all the time.
And why not? Because they're driving all over the country in a car.
Oh, that newspaper story.
Every time I pick up the paper, young people are up to something.
I'd know if Betty were up to something.
How? You're scared to death she'll think you're nosy.
Oh, no, Jim, the last thing on Betty's mind is running off and eloping, so why worry? Mother, will dinner be ready soon? Oh, of course, dear, it won't be long. I can't finish dressing till it's over, and then we have police back. Are you going to formal, sweetheart? No, I'll play it safe and casual. What on earth? Oh, my garden club table for the show tomorrow. Garden club? See? 'Tis thy wedding day. Whose wedding day? Well, nobody's. It was supposed to be a table for a reception, like when the bride and groom go off somewhere after the wedding, and everyone cuts the cake and throws rice. Silly. It wasn't my idea. Why don't they just elope?
Elope?
That's what I intend to do.
You do?
Oh, Betty, sweetheart, don't talk nonsense. Nonsense? What could be more romantic than driving off into the future, just he and I, thinking only of each other? Oh, Betty, you'll change your mind. Never. It's the only way to get married. Supper must be ready. I can smell it burn. Oh, dear. Mother, I wanted to tell you not to wait up tonight. It'll be all hours.
Betty,
Yes?
what will be all hours?
The thing tonight.
Just a minute. Let's have a little talk.
Right now?
Come on, sit down, please. I'd like to know a little bit more about the thing tonight.
More?
Well, thing covers a pretty wide field.
Well, there's this boy in my history class.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never know the trouble I went to getting him to notice me.
Trouble?
The class is full of cute girls. It's really amazing.
Yes. Get to the part where he notices you, please.
He was always staring at me, and he thought I didn't see.
Who is this boy?
He's darling. He's not pretty, sort of rugged, but not football rugged. There's too much stuff upstairs. I wouldn't put him in the dreamboat class.
Yes, but who is he? What is his name?
Ralph.
Ralph what?
Ralph. That's funny. I can't remember.
You can't?
Sometimes when you close your eyes, you can't remember how a person looks, if you like it.
In other words, you don't know his last name.
But I do.
But you can't remember. Well, what about his family? What's his family like?
We haven't exactly met.
Haven't met? Where are you and Ralph going this evening?
To a dance. At Lakeside.
Lakeside? That's a long way out.
He has a car, right?
Oh, he does. Now does he?
Dad, could we put ours in the garage just for tonight?
Our car? What for?
People seeing that old wreck in front of the house, they get the wrong idea.
By people, you mean Ralph.
Maybe in the dark he won't notice.
Won't notice?
Maybe he's not like that.
Well, then maybe I better find out what he is like.
I just told you.
Eddie, from what you told me, he sounds like an irresponsible young playboy.
He is not.
How do you know? Maybe his father's a gangster.
Gangsters in Springfield?
Oh, Eddie, you've led a sheltered
A
life.
sheltered life of all the idiotic
Since
ideas.
when is that so idiotic?
Come and just talk to Ralph. You'll see how ridiculous this is.
I intend to get well acquainted.
Fine, but remember, the dance starts early.
Oh, there'll be plenty of dances.
Why do you say that?
You and Ralph turn on the radio, dance right here.
Right here?
It won't hurt to spend the evening at home.
At home? You can't be serious.
You and Ralph can go dancing next time, after I've met this boy.
Next time, there won't be a next time.
And why not?
You don't know, then there's no use trying to explain. Mother, he's being horrible. What happened, dear? He says we can't go dancing. Well, who? Ralph and I. We have to stay home.
I just want to get to know this boy, that's all, before we let Betty go driving all over in his car.
Oh, dear, now surely.
And what's so awful about an evening at home? No, I used to spend a lot of evenings at your house.
Jim, are you sure this is quite necessary? But this is the 20th century, Dad.
Oh, I'm glad you learned something in history class.
All the horrible things. Ralph and I sitting around with everybody staring.
You don't have to sit, there are plenty of things to do.
Name one.
Pop some corn.
Brother.
Gather around the piano and sing.
We haven't got a piano.
Get him a game of hearts.
Hearts? Now, Jim, I'm sure he's a very nice boy.
That is what I intend to find out.
It seems a shame to spoil their game.
Spoil it? Then if this house is your home, you know, more youngsters spend more time at home, we'd have more...
I think you mean less.
No more. More girls leaving home.
You know, it seems to me you're getting all excited about this.
I am not excited.
You always get this excited about dancing.
Jim, you've upset her.
I don't see why.
Ralph's not what Dad's thinking. He's a nervous boy.
Now, did I say he wasn't?
You said he's a gangster.
I really want a chance to form my own opinion.
Oh.
Now, Betty, maybe you can have a good time here at home.
He's made plans. A big evening with all the trimmings.
Well,
Maybe he'd be glad to save his money.
What's the point?
Ralph doesn't care about the money.
Aha!
Betty, explain it to him tactfully. He'll be a good sport.
If he's such a nice boy.
He is.